All right, for more reaction on the President authorising the full implementation of the BELA Act, I'm joined by Naptosa Executive Director Basil Manuel. Good afternoon, Mr. Manuel. Thank you very much for joining us on the programme. Firstly, your reaction to this decision to authorise the full implementation.
Naptosa is, we're breathing a sigh of relief. Let me say, we are delighted that common sense prevailed and that we have now set ourselves a target where we need to fully implement everything that is in the Act. Mm-hmm. So we are very happy. We are also happy with some of the things that the President has indicated. The Minister has indicated herself that she is ready to implement, as is her duty. So we want to see now that all this fluff and noise is removed. Mm-hmm. And of course, especially around grade R, we think it's a very, very important statement that the President has made, because grade R is such a vital part of the new system. But we know, of course, that there are rules, regulations that have to be formed for a number of the clauses, so that we do these things incrementally. We know that come the 1st of January, we won't be able to enroll every grade R child. So
because that remains the biggest problem. Pardon me for interjecting there, that with the grade R, many have said most certainly welcomed, commendable, but the capacity. Right now, the department or the education department does not have the capacity to be handling specifically the grade R.
Absolutely. We at the moment, we are not handling the grade 1 to grade 12. We already have a problem there. However, it is an important milestone that we have the law now. Now we can aim for it. And now the law is behind us. And we can push provincial departments, push the national department to ensure that we get there. Now we know that a lot of grade Rs are in a form of schooling, but now we need to ensure that they are in formal schooling, and that is for Naptosa a really important one.
I suppose that it will be just a more staggered approach where over the years this will be then introduced. But you've always held the view that the bill is transformative and gives clarity to sections of the South African Schools Act. There is, of course, a strong likelihood that those who argued vociferously against the implementation of clauses 4 and 5 could still petition the courts. Your views on that?
Absolutely. Look, we've become a very litigious society, but up to now, I haven't heard any coherent view on why and how those will be challenged, and whether people have a case or not. I think we will see ourselves in court, but in the meantime, we will press on regardless, and it's full steam ahead.
Now, in hindsight, SATU had just in their statements to the President, when they were pushing for him to fully implement this bill, they had stated from the onset that, according to them, there was never provision in law for what had happened, which was the consultation process where certain aspects or clauses of that bill were frozen or just held in abeyance until those consultations were finalized. They have always held that view that, if anything, the process that should have been followed, if there were any issues, was to take it back to Parliament. Where did you stand on just the matter to decide for there to be some sort of a consultation process?
In fact, we're on record as saying that it was a great pity that we created this opportunity for all this palaver to happen. Because that is all that it was. It was a lot of noise. And we agree with SATU. There is no precedent in law for this type of thing. However, there is a precedent that says some parts of an act cannot be implemented immediately. They are not delayed, but waiting for regulations. So we are happy that we've gotten there. And I look back and I say, we really created a lot of delay unnecessarily. But that being as it may, it's history. Let us get it now on the statutes. Let's get the regulations done and let's run with it.
All right. Basil, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. That was Basil Manuel, Naptosa Executive Director.